And Lobby, this is Ryanarilus, and today we are playing Elite Dangerous. Now, why am I playing Elite Dangerous? I hear you cry. I guess you're crying. Are you crying that? I'm sure you are. Anyway, the reason why I decided to check out Elite Dangerous was because I don't know. I was just browsing through some games and I saw Elite Dangerous. It said, "Oh, it's a space one, and you can fly around in ships and that, and buy your own ships and do a load of stuff." So I was like, ah, screw it. It was only 20 quid on Xbox early, so I thought well, I say only 20 quid, that's still a lot, but I decided to try it out because there's a lot of good reviews for it, and I haven't turned back. This game is freaking fantastic. I've played it for 2 days now straight, non-stop almost. I'm just having so much fun. Now, while I'm selling you the game, I do want to throw this out at you. When you buy the game, or if you buy the game, always have internet by you. Honestly, the training, this tutorial here, right, is just useless. I think there's some videos there which I never checked out, but this tutorial, literally all it does is it shows you how to shoot, how to shoot, how to launch, how to dock, how to travel. So it shows you how to go through a wormhole, how to land somewhere, how to take off somewhere, and how to shoot. Anything other from that, such as trading or where you need to go or any other things like that, there's nothing. It's really hard to start out this game. I played it yesterday, and I have to admit it was one of the most frustrating things of my life. Within half an hour, I just had to have 5 minutes wait because there's so much stuff that it didn't tell me. It was like a huge learning curve. You have to go through so much. So if you're going to play this game, I recommend having internet or something. Or if you're playing on computer, I'm playing on Xbox currently, the Xbox One. But yeah, if you have a computer or something, try and use it because it gets infuriating. I'm not going to lie. Also, keep in mind that people will try and kill you on this game. It doesn't matter whether you decide to be, because on this game you can decide to be whether you want to shoot people, whether you want to be a trader, or whether you want to be a delivery person. It's really it's a great idea. Honestly, right, it is a fantastic idea for a game. It's so basic, but at the same time, it's just so much detail in it. You can just do whatever you want. Anyway, enough of me babbling. That's 3 minutes of me babbling. We're gonna get in. So I have already been playing the game for a bit. I decided to get some way in, so you guys didn't have to, obviously wait. This is my ship. This is the third cargo one. So what I've been doing is I've sort of been a, how can I describe? A delivery person, I guess. Sort of like a van, like a white van man or something. I've just been doing that. This is the inside. Now, obviously, the ship that you guys get first is the Sidewinder, and that doesn't look that good. In fact, I could probably show you if I go into Starport Services, Julian Hub. Alright, so this is the main screen. This is where you refuel and repair, and then you've got a bulletin board, which is where you get missions, and contacts is where you pay off bills, and outfitting is when you design your aircraft. So, I just love this. It reminds me of a space shuttle. I love it to bits. It looks awesome. But yeah. Going back onto that, so the outfitting is that the shipyard is where you can buy new ships. You start off with the Sidewinder originally, and then you eventually buy ships you want. So the Hauler was the one I got next, which was a really good ship as well. In fact, I really liked that ship. The Adder is the one that I've got now. That's the second sort of fighting ship. That's a huge cargo ship. That's a huge cargo. Why is there so many cargo ships? That's a huge cargo ship. Why is there so many cargo ships? Alright, well, I think in different locations, because I have noticed this, that I once went into an area and I couldn't get any cargo ships. I think different locations give you different ships, or it changes at some point, I don't know. But yeah, so there are other ships. There's fighting ships, there's exploratory ships, so you can go and explore places. What else was there? So there's fighting, exploratory, trading, which is what I got. And there was one other kind that I can't remember off the top of my head, which is going to kill me because I can't remember. I'll remember at some point, but yeah. I think it's sort of passenger-like ships, but the problem is there isn't really any passenger. I haven't come across any passenger missions yet, at least not yet. But yeah, so cool. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, going back onto this, you've got commodities market, which if you play cards right is really good. You can trade, so you can find something, like buy something really cheap somewhere. So like for example, as you can see here, I'll zoom in on it. So here to sell hydrogen fuel it's 101, but to buy it is 105. But the average, galactic average, is 147, which pretty much means if I buy 5 of these, which I can't because I've already like filled up my space with other stuff. If I buy 5 of these and I go somewhere where I can actually sell them for 147, I'll make a profit. Now that's not that much because fuel wise you'll probably end up spending all that, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's decent. Anyway, enough talking. Don't care about universal things. Alright, so let's get a bulletin board. Let's see if we can get a mission. We're 6 minutes in. I haven't even left the thing yet. So no, there's not a single mission here. There's the heist, but I think that's a fighting mission. Judge, a fearless pilot needed for lucrative, no questions asked assignment. Yeah, no. If we do that, we'll probably get lost. So you know what? I'm probably just going to do a bit of a travel. So currently, I don't actually have a home place. Like some people on this game, I haven't done this yet. But some people on this game choose a place, like so they choose this Julian hub, and then we'll return to surface. This is pretty cool as well, actually. Before I finish that, what I was saying. But so you come out. So this Julian hub, there's like millions of these all over the map. They're not called Julian hub though. They're all named different things, obviously. But like massive spaceports. And look, you can see like there's a thing up there, like a pad up there, and these are all pads that everyone sits on. There's a massive tank, not tanker, a heavy freighter there, and there's someone leaving. So yeah, what was I saying before? Yeah, so some people would then come over and would then stay at Julian Hub, and every single mission they'll get from Julian Hub or in the same galaxy or in a certain area, if you get what I mean. I haven't. I just sort of been exploring. It's like I'm here because I don't know. It's like I started like ages away. I don't even know where you start. It's like Tretherick thing, which is kind of funny because that's a place down here in Cornwall, Tretherick or something like that. Trethiggy, no, not Tretherick. No, Trethiggy was the name of school. Anyway, going back onto what I was saying. Yeah, so I haven't actually decided to stay here. I've decided just to, mess around. So we're gonna go somewhere. We'll go and find somewhere else with a really big thing. Keep in mind that I also, because I've moved ahead, I've got stuff like, for example, I have auto dock, which I don't really like. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Come on, load it up. There you go. I don't really like auto dock, to be honest, because even though it does dock and it doesn't like make you do anything, you don't have to do anything. It can be slightly annoying because it's like, for example, it boosts everywhere and it just goes around like a complete maniac. Right, so as you can see, this is the map. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, actually that's not that big. There's a lot of stars there in that. But then if you move along, it just keeps going, like just never ending. These are all solar systems you can go to. Like this game is huge, and I'm not even lying. Like look how far I'm going. It's gigantic, and this is just one way. Like that's just ridiculous. Alright, so let's get to the taking off bit. So we'll go back over to where we are. I think we should just go to a sister station somewhere. I don't really know where there is a sister station. So we're in Calor at the moment, or Calor. I'm only here because it reminds me of wherever it is. I think Genetics has... I can't even say names properly. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing these names wrong. I don't think there's any lore to this game yet. I don't know. Don't yell at me. If you do know there is lore to this game, I apologise. I did not mean to offend you and insult your game. I am just going to tell you that I've actually enjoyed it. So no, that doesn't have anything. Where can we go? V5. Do you have a system map? But yeah, no, this game's been awesome so far. Alright, I'll skip this while I try and find somewhere to go. And click. Alright guys, I found a place I want to go. It was kind of like Obamavius or something, I'm not quite sure. Destination, there, I'll zoom in on it. Obambivaz. It's about 5 light years away, rounded up. So about 5 light years away. But don't worry, light years may be a long time, but it's quite short here. Alright, so we'll launch. So what this does is this lets the aircraft go. Engines engaged, thank you. And then off we go. We'll bring up the wheels. There's no auto takeoff, I don't think, but at least I haven't gotten to the stage where I know there's auto takeoff. But it's alright. I do have autodock, but the problem is with autodock, and the reason why I like to control is because I can actually make the aircraft go slowly. You know, the autodock doesn't do it. Meanwhile, people like that could just be maniacs. Can you see? Like, you know, what if I'm like flying along and those maniacs just decide to come out? At least like this, I can control what I'm doing. But at the same time, I guess it's for the best. I mean, I imagine the computer has some idea of what it's doing. Alright, so we're outside. We'll accelerate to around about... Did I bring up the wheels? No, gear deployed. Alright, there we go, retracted. There you go. I'm going to keep just under 100, because you have to keep under 100 until you are about 4 kilometers away from the station. Otherwise your class is speeding. I don't think you can get in trouble for it. You can. So here's a ship detecting me to make sure I don't have any illegal goods on me. Which is really irritating because it's always me. I don't understand. Like, I had like 3 missions in a row. And I remember when I first started off, it was fine. I did this mission, I didn't get like done over once. But I think it's because I have a cargo ship, so they expect me to like be trying to smuggle stuff away. I don't understand. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So I've taken off. I'm out. We're on our way now. I think we're out of the hub zone, which means we can actually accelerate now. And then we'll probably get ready to do light speed. Or I think it's called the Frig Drive. I'll find it in a minute.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're gonna do drive, and this is sort of like hyper speed or whatever they call it. Hyper engine, hyper something, hyper boost. Oh, I'm gonna kick myself. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, so here we go off to a bum of beavers. And this is cool as well, ready? Oh my god, dude, we're going way too fast for our good. Jesus Christ, slow down. This is technically a loading screen. Keep that in mind. Oh Jesus. What does that? Like right next to a planet. Alright, so we'll come over here, we'll slow down a bit, make sure we're not going to crash into any planets, and system map. Alright, so now we're in hyper jump, I guess. I guess that's what this is. We're going to choose where we are. Now, all 3 of these are pretty big places, but I don't know which one we want to go to. I like the sound of Shebesh, but I feel like we should go to Kenan Orbital. Just cause it's near an Earth planet. Alright, yeah, sure, we'll go here, we'll go to that. Kenan Orbital. Alright, so Kenan Orbital is this way. If you guys wonder how I seem to know where I'm going, is when you select something on the map, it will then highlight at the bottom down there. I'll zoom in on it. It's like where the blue line is, so then if I go towards it, it will start to align, and then as you can see, it's slowly coming up on view. Oh my god, that's really close. It's only like 200 light years away. Which is close, right? Come on guys. For goodness sake, we just went over like a year's worth of light speeds to get to here. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This is cool, but I feel like sometimes it deliberately makes you go too fast. It's like, I don't want to go this fast, I want to pull in here. And plus, look how tiny these planets are. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed the sun that we were at earlier on, which was huge. And look how tiny these planets are. It's like they're in a little solar system. So weird. Abramovich. It's like, it's really cool that this here that we're going to is a station orbiting a planet. So it's like a station orbiting Earth. And it was like, I went to a station earlier on, right? It was a station orbiting a moon. So what you had is you had the main sun in this sort of little universe, or I guess solar, whatever it is, a solar system. So you had a solar system with a planet in it, like Earth, which had a moon, which then had the orbital thing, like the space station, orbiting that moon. It's so weird. Like, it's like, I know it doesn't seem very impressive, I guess, but you know, I don't know, it just feels impressive to me how they had that. But yeah, so we're going to try and land here now. So what you have to do is you have to keep going. You keep going slow. This is where the time element comes into it, because obviously if you could just hyper jump everywhere, there'll be no time for pirates and that to try and steal stuff off you. So they have this so that obviously you're at risk during this time, especially if you don't have any guns or any way to stop them from catching you. But thankfully it seems quite rare when I get attacked by pirates, and actually I think this ship is more than well suited to deal with pirates. So I hope I don't get killed before I get to Cannon Orbital. So yeah, it's alright. So we go, wonder thing, and then we'll come out of hyperspeed. Alright. Here we are. I guess. We have to wait actually. Come on. We'll come out of hyperspeed right next to where it is we want to be. So yeah. So now we have to go and dock in. What's cool on this is even though you don't need ATC or air traffic control or space traffic control, I guess it is, to leave the space station, you need it to enter the space station. So when you get to around about 7.5 kilometers, and then you see we're just going past 7 now, you go into contacts, Cannon Orbital, which is the place that we're heading to now, and click request docking.
Docking request granted.
Yep. And then usually you have to fly in there, which I kind of want to do, but then I feel like the auto dock would get us there much faster. No, I'm going to fly us in there myself. So when you get to a certain distance, I usually go below 100, because if you go below 100, that's usually the speed limit for the station that you're going to. But then again, I actually have no left and right. I have hustle. Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. All right, fine. I'll let it land itself. Unfortunately, the right joystick keeps changing, and it's really irritating. Oh my god! Well, that was fast. Yeah, the right joystick keeps changing on Xbox, where it will go from being a way to steer left and right without having to actually turn the whole aircraft, like sort of turn it left and right, if you get what I mean. But unfortunately, it changes to where it like sort of slides left and right. It's really weird, like strafes. It's confusing. But yeah, no. So here we are. We're going to go into the entrance now. But like I said, this is fun and all, but it's like if no one else is using this and my ship's just sort of boosting in and out, it's kind of scary. Now imagine this will be really useful because you can get really big ships on this, so I can imagine this will be really useful for when you have like a massive ship and you just can't seem to like fit it in. LOL. So here we are. So we're in docking bay 1, which will be immediately like as soon as we go through the door. You see, there's 44 over there, so there's 44 docking bays. Right, and it lands, and there you go. Oh, Jesus, that was a rough landing. And there you go. So that was a short trip in my swanky aircraft that I love to bits because I spent over like 400,000 credits on this thing, and hoping to get a mil. And there we are at the space station. And then when you're here at the spaceport, you click spaceport or starport services. And here we are. So our refuel, which will cost 26 credits, which is okay because I have like 156,000 credits. And then it's the same as last time. You can go onto the bulletin board, see if there's anything on the bulletin board that you can do. Which I hope there is, because I do actually need more missions for this game. Yep, there's 4 different things. All of them look like can't do that one. Don't know what that one is. That one may have a problem with, because like I said, I keep being like tracked every time I leave a goddamn thing, and I have no idea what that is. But it's 102,000 credits, so it's worth a shot. And also, just while you're here, I think in my ship, if I look over here, I have titanium and superconductors, which means if I go back onto this to community market, let's see if I can sell these, because I got these really cheapish. So titanium and superconductors. So we'll go down to metals. Titanium, there we go. Oh, I think I might get a credit for so if I sell well, it's really not that much, but you know what, 252 credits is worth. It's a shame because I got them reasonably cheap, but it seems like as soon as I get something cheap I can't sell it anywhere. It's really annoying. And then what was the other one I had to do? It was like something superconductors. I can't remember. Yay! Yeah, just superconductors. Quantity 4. Got these pretty cheap as well, but oh, there we go. Well, I say pretty cheap. They weren't like. Oh, there you go. So look, 1,000 credits. That isn't much in the way of thing, but I mean, fuel prices wise. That means just by simply buying something and selling it, I've made 1,000 credits more. So that's already paid like for the trip here, and probably for another like 2 jumps, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here, guys. I might do another video on this. If you guys really like it, I'll do a video on it. If you don't really like it, then I'll leave it. But I have to be honest, I'm having a whale of a time with this game, and honestly, there's just, I mean, even though some of the missions can sometimes get mundane, especially when you're a cargo person. Like, it's got that flight simulator essence to it, where it's like, you look at the game and you see someone playing flight simulator like me and you think, oh, that's boring, and this, that, and the other. But then as soon as you actually start playing it, you actually really enjoy it. I don't know what to call it. It's the Minecraft fever, where you look at Minecraft and you think, oh, Minecraft's terrible, no one playing Minecraft, look at the terrible graphics, it's such a silly little game. And then as soon as you actually start playing it, you just can't stop playing the damn thing for like 3 days. As you try and build something, but on this it's trying to do this. And I'm just loving it. So I will do another video for this actually. I've said I will. I'll probably continue from here, but I'm going to leave this here, guys. If you guys want me to continue playing this, or even if you want like a tutorial, because I know for a fact trying to play this game is like really freaking hard, and I had to have like a really steep learning curve to try and learn how to do all this stuff. So yeah, so like I said, leave your stuff in the comments, leave a like, that'd be fantastic, and if you really want to, subscribe, and I'll see you guys whenever I next see you, probably in the next video. So yeah, goodbye.
Stop. Oh. Yeah, let it count. I'm concentrating on parkour. I can't stop this! What the hell? I mean, this guy are like ramming into each other. We're teammates! Oh, yes! No! We lost! I knew we were going to lose. God damn it. Right. Fine. One more game. I have one more game and I have to get a, no, I can't get a hat trick. A goal. Just one goal.